Okay, welcome back. So, yesterday we started this small project, which I'm just gonna go ahead and speed it up. Perfect. Okay, so we started this small project. All we made was a simple walking script. Just this, using WSAD, which you can actually change. If you ever want to, you can change it to up, down, the arrow keys if you would really like to, and it's just using the words up, down, left, right. So, that's pretty simple. But so let's go ahead and start with something. So let's go ahead making. We decided to make a maze. So let's go ahead and take this and let's. So now something cool you can do with this is you can up at this little top right here. To the top, it's gonna be right above Hirachi or whatever. There should be a little thing, and once you hover over it, it says rotate tool. So you just basically go and you take the red bar, you drag it down to a 90, or you can just do it like this. You take it and you drag it to a 90-degree angle, and now you can move it a little bit. I'm gonna pull it up just a little bit. I'm gonna try and get the ball dead center in my screen. It's about right. So now we have a little bit of something. The keys are all gonna be backwards though, so this is one of the problems. And so this is just a simple fix. So W goes to the left. So we can just fix this extremely simply. We can fix this. That was a different script. We can fix this by doing. We can just simply put G here. We can put A here. We can change this from 3 to 5. To 5. We can put. And then this one, we can just put W. On this one, we can put S. This should fix it. Okay, well, I'll put them backwards. So, hold on. So now this needs to be W, this needs to be S, and that should feel smooth, hopefully. Yep, there we go. So it's just that simple fix. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the ball about, actually I'm going to want to, so something you're probably going to want to do, probably want to drag this up just a bit. Point where you can still see the ball, just it's a little bit farther up. And so now what we can do is we can watch it down from there. So I'm going to drag it, check out my main camera. So unfortunately, it's got to be dragged this way. Hopefully that's not too far. Main camera, and that's perfect. Now, we have our camera sorted out to an extent. But what's going to be wrong with this is, so this is a bigger maze and we roll off here. You're not going to be able to see it, unfortunately. And there's a simple fix for this, but it's not going to work in our case. We can drag our main camera under the player, but it will unfortunately do this. And it's quite weird. So we can fix this. Just drag your camera, make it a separate object, and not a child anymore. And then we So all we do is we find this and we just add a simple follow player script. Hit this, create an ad. So now we open the script up, delete R2 using text, and we can do this right here. So all we have to do is we type public. That was really bad though. We type public transform, and I'm just gonna call it player. So now we have a simple follow player script, which a simple public class, and then we can do something pretty easy. So all it's gonna be is, I'm actually gonna change this. I'm just gonna change this to I don't know. Let's call it sphere, I guess. We'll just call it sphere. And then we'll take this. We'll do sphere. Nope. We do transform dot position. Then we set it equal to sphere dot position, and then we close it off like that. And so this is going to give us an effect which you might move your game, and it's not doing it because I forgot to do this. So what you have to do is you have to grab your player from this, go into your main camera, grab your player, just drag it right here. And so now when we fall, we can't see anything. We are moving, as you can see we fall. That is because of how it is positioned. It is positioned like this because we want it, it's saying we want it exactly on the player position. And so all we have to do is we're just going to add simple variable so it stays right up here. Now all we do is now all we have to simply do is do public, and we do vector 3, and I'll just call this camera, let's call this I don't know, camera position. I'll just do something simple. I'll just do this CP. Let's call it CP right now. And boom. Now this should go ahead and allow us to do, when we look over here. Now we have it so it follows it on the screen. So it doesn't matter where your camera is positioned, but let's go ahead and grab this, and so let's go ahead and do some tests with it. So let's go ahead and try and find it. So while we're sitting here, let's do one, let's do one. So now when I look, should do 10, 100. Okay. So all we do, so this isn't why it's working. So all we do is we do this, and then we do CP, and there we go. That should fix it. Now once I do 100, So we might want it, it's about 10. We might want to set this 1. We want to set this at about 1, and we might want to set this at about 5 or 1. Almost center screen. I'll try 0.5, which is very close to center point screen. And so this is 1, 10, 5. So once I hit, so I just go 1, 10, then I do 0.5. And so then once I go back into it, it should put it right above it. So now we can go ahead and start on the maze, which I will be saving for next episode, which will probably be out in about, you know what, nah, I'll just continue on. So how are we going to be making the maze? The maze is extremely simple. Let's go ahead and find this guy back to the very beginning of it. Make sure our position is okay. If you're gonna fall off, don't worry about that. We can go ahead and fix that by doing something simple. What we do is we create, make sure you don't have that selected. We create a cube. Take this cube, we drag it to the very back. And we give it a scale of 100 or 10 by 1. Not by that. Whoop, and do it by about 1000. That's not right because that needs to be 1, that needs to be 1, that needs to be 1. And for it to be like this, let's make sure that actually links. That's all I was afraid of, so it's gonna be, I'm actually gonna change this to 150. Links off both sides. Then 10. Not 10. That needs to stay 1. 10 on this. And so they can't go over the barrier. And then we just simple take off the mesh collider. We can hit Control D. Find that box. Grab it. Which won't even be needed, but I still like to do it just for. So now our player cannot fall off. And so now we have some type of barrier. We'll do that on the side in a minute. But what we're gonna want to get worked on, what we're going to start working on, is some simple idea or sketch of the maze. So I'm gonna go ahead and go about up here where we can see most of it. Make sure you want to be able to see through. And so now, but anyways, let's go ahead and find Unity once again. And so now what we can do is you can go ahead and find the beginning. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and grab these cubes. Control D. I can just scoot one out, pull it in, and make it face. Use my position. Make it 90, not 90. I want it right there. And then I can rotate it by 90. Should not seem to work out. Rotate it by 90. That's what we wanted. Pull this in. Pull it in just a little bit more. Control D. Put. And just keep that one there. Cube 2. And there we go. Go ahead and put on my mesh render. It's in the ground, okay. So now, when try and play, and let's say we hit here, there is no way to get past here because there's a wall there. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go back to our beginning here. And this is pretty simple. So what we can do is we can grab our player. Should be good right there. And now what I can do is I can go ahead and create some simple 3D objects such as cubes. And so let's make sure it's because, so why is it doing that, you might be asking? It's because my cube is under my player. So now we don't want that to do that. Hit into it. Make sure there's not enough force to really jump over it. Go from the very back. And you only be able to go this far. You'll just have about this space. So we're good. We don't have to do anything to the cube. So what we can do is we can go ahead and give this cube a scale of about, not 1. Yes, it needs to say 1 though. So that's going sideways, so we need to go about like this. And so what we can do is we can just copy and paste like this. So I'm going to go ahead and design a simple level. So this is just, of course, sketching out real quick. We at least have something you can pull off. It's just, I'll work on this later. This is a simple maze I created real quick. It's not even really a maze yet. Um, I'll work on that in just a second. But just kind of showing you the idea of it. So, it's kind of how it's going to work. And so you're gonna want to really have an end spot. So I think I'm gonna put, you might want to mark it somehow. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit create, and we hit create, and we hit 3D object. I'm gonna make sure this isn't underground. I'm gonna find this text. Scale this text down to 1 and 1. Go back to the new text. Hello world, find this. So there we go. We have a mapping of our path at least, and somewhat of a game. But once you've got this, you've at least got your first part of a game. And so once you've got your map finished, of course, or your maze, um, you can see I've just built a little thing here, and then so there you go. You have a little thing that says you win. So this is part two, which is pretty cool. Sure I can get to the end and I can see this. Okay. So at least this is part two, which I'll probably expand upon it. It's just a little something. And so thank you for watching this, and I will see you next time.